assistance from the Victim Support Unit at your nearest police station.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us for news updates. My name is Tandy Zamara. Pope Francis, who has been in hospital for almost 3 weeks battling double pneumonia, has spent another tranquil night and is still resting, the Vatican has said this morning. The 88-year-old pontiff was admitted to Rome's Gemelli Hospital on the 14th of February with a severe respiratory infection that has required continuously evolving treatment. On Wednesday, the Vatican said his condition had remained stable that day, allowing him to do some work and increase his respiratory and mobility physiotherapy. It added that he did not have any respiratory crisis which had occurred on and off in previous days. The country's health workers, represented by National Organization of Nurses and Midwives of Malawi, NOM, and Physicians Associates Union of Malawi, PALM, have fought government's failure to include health sector-specific allowances in the 2025-2026 budget. According to David Jomba, who's president for PALM, government top-up, risk allowance, and professional allowance are what the workers are fighting for. Jomba has noted that despite authorities allocating funds for the wage bill, the budget has failed to specifically include the said allowances. Jomba has since urged the Ministry of Health and the Parliamentary Committee on Health to incorporate the remaining allowance balances during budget allocations. With the European Union (EU) has officially launched the Chilungamo 2 Access to Justice program as a continuation of the first Chilungamo program. The initiative aims to enhance the humane and effective delivery of the justice for all by addressing systemic challenges related to the accessibility and efficiency of key justice institutions in the country. Speaking at the launch on Wednesday in Lilongwe, EU Ambassador to Malawi Rune Skinibash reaffirmed that the program will support the development of relevant laws and policies, along with institutional reforms to improve justice service delivery and enforcement mechanisms. Skinibash emphasized that the program's overall objective is to improve the humane and effective delivery of justice for all, particularly for those in marginalized and vulnerable situations. And in his remarks, Minister of Justice Titus Mvalo highlighted the strategic importance of the program in supporting Malawi's Vision 2063, which envisions effective governance system rooted in the rule of law for an inclusive and self-reliant nation. Co-chairperson of the Community Affairs and Local Authorities Cluster Committee of Parliament, Saroga Fafwa, has urged lawmakers and civil society organizations, CSOs, to stand up for children when assessing the implementation and execution of the budget. He said this during an interface meeting between CSOs and the Cluster Committee of Parliament held at the Bingu International Convention Center, BICC, in Lilongwe. Kafafwa has also acknowledged that children are not the only vulnerable group, but has stressed that they deserve special attention because they cannot speak for themselves effectively. And in other news, European leaders aim to endorse bold measures to ramp up defense spending and pledge support for Ukraine today, Thursday, after Donald Trump's suspension of military aid to Kyiv fueled concerns the continent can no longer be sure of U.S. protection. Leaders of the European Union's 27 countries will be joined by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at a summit in Brussels, although their show of solidarity may be marred by Hungary refusing to endorse a statement back in Kyiv. The meeting takes place against a backdrop of dramatic defense policy decisions driven by fears that Russia, emboldened by its war in Ukraine, may attack an EU country next, and that Europe cannot rely on the US to come to its aid. And that's about what we had time for in this edition of our news updates, but continue following the rest of our programs right here on Luntha TV. And remember that you can also follow us on social media. On Facebook, we are at Luntha Television, and on YouTube, it's Luntha TV Official. My name is Tandiwe Mzumara. Good afternoon.